Keep it going, part 28, Olaf and Brand. Alright, so we got the Snowflake and the Burning Man. Snowflake and Burning Man, let's go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another episode
Iceman.
of Lore of League of Legends. We'll talk about the unfriendly land of Lokthar, as well as two natives of those lands, Brand, the Burning Vengeance, and Olaf, the Berserker.
Wait,
Enjoy.
Brand is from the north? The fuck?
Lokthar is a
Yeah,
continent
Brand,
beyond Valor,
your favorite.
somewhere on the unwelcoming seas of Runeterra. While its exact location is unknown to the
Brand grew up in a frozen environment, and he got so cold he just lit himself on fire. So he would never be cold again.
public, many speculate it to be placed somewhere on the north.
Yeah.
It is a barren tundra, rough and unfriendly. Everyone has to fight for his share of natural resources necessary to survive.
He's still broken.
Some struggle against the nature to obtain wealth. Others prefer to sail in their boats and pillage, stealing treasures from those less fortunate. It is a land of strong men, where magic is much less common than it is on Valoran. There are barely any mages. Instead, the cold continent is home to deadly warriors known as the Berserkers. Their tradition is longer than any of Valoran's armies can even dream
Hey,
of.
look at this guy.
Their school is rooted deep in the ancient times when warriors used to channel fury from deep within their hearts and unleash it upon those who were foolish enough to stand against them. Their teachings are passed on to this very day. Olaf is a great example of a berserker who had been seen on Valoran. He had been born a conqueror amongst other strong warriors of old. He had been taught in the ancient ways like his fathers before him, and as soon as he reached adulthood, he had joined his kin in their seafaring pillages. They have raided village after village, taking anything of value that
Oh, this is good. These are the Vikings, not... Well, actually, no. Yo, that movie that we watched with the Vikings, remember? His group was called the Berserkers, right? There you go. That's what it is.
could easily be looted. But soon local villages were not enough for him. Olaf was born for something bigger, or at least he thought so. After months of preparations, he gathered the best of his clan had to offer and bid farewell to his icy homeland, in order to find continents beyond the Great Ocean. He hoped to find even more treasure there, and bring it home to be treated as...
Wait, so is he not from the Frey Lords? I thought he's from the Frey Lords. I mean, in current lore, he probably is because of that picture of the Frey Lords, and you see all of there clearly. So I guess he is from there now. But like, was he not from there originally? He was like from a distant, like from Iceland, which is like completely separate.
as a real conqueror.
I know
As a
Berserk
hero.
was a real thing.
Unfortunately for themselves, barely a few hours after leaving Lokthar, their longboat had encountered a powerful storm.
Mhm.
All berserkers fought bravely against it, but they
Against
were
the
nothing
storm?
against the power of nature itself.
Yeah.
One after another, they were thrown off the deck of their ship right into the black depths of the sea. They were thrown to its mercy.
Isekai from Iceland. Yeah, basically, that's literally what happened. Based on the lore, he just isekai. He's like, you know what? It's like, this world is not meant for you. Fucking transfer him to a different universe. It's like, and now you're free, Lord.
After long days, Olaf had
Isekai.
been washed up on unknown shores of the continent of Valoran, one that the berserker never knew. With his crew gone and his ship sunken miles away, he had no choice. He got up and made his way deeper into the land to
Okay.
explore it and look for a way home. The continent was fascinating, but frightening to him at the same time.
Oh, poor baby was frightened.
Back on Lokthar, magic was not a common thing. It was to be feared and respected. But
Wait, what's the name of the place? Lokthar?
back on Lokthar,
Bro, Lokthar Ogar.
magic was not a common thing. It was to be
Lokthar
feared and
Ogar.
respected. But here, strange mages by the names of summoners seemed to be common.
You know they're using like these names from World of Warcraft. I'm pretty sure they admitted that they're using a lot of content. Like they're taking ideas from World of Warcraft. Right? And like, let's be real, like what Lokthar Ogar even stands for, really, it's like it's the orc thing, and orcs are like mass, like fucking just warriors, berserkers basically, right? So
Olaf had approached them, asking for a way to return him home. They had agreed on the one condition. Before that, the berserker had to serve them as a warrior in unusual wars that the summoners had.
we'll send you back home, but first you need to sign a 1,000-year contract with us for League of Legends. He would have an easier time finding his way back than fucking having the help of the summoners.
The Berserker never understood them, but he did not need to. It was just a way for him to find a way back home, and he realised something that many people on Valorum seem not to. Mages cannot be trusted. Olaf never gave away any details of his home or its location.
Yeah.
Not until his contract was done.
Yep. This is a fucking idiot. It's like, bro, yeah, just sign here, man. Don't read the fine print. It's all good, man. Here's a contract.
With enough information, summoners could find a way to Lokfar to enslave its natives in their ancient ways.
Oh, shit.
That is something that Olaf could not agree to. He never had strong feelings for the people outside his clan,
Makes
but it
sense.
was more important matter. That was betraying the whole legacy of his continent, something that he would never do.
So he signed a contract and later he realized that he doesn't want to share the information of where he's from, so then they can't bring him home, and he's just signed the contract for no reason. Bro, this guy is a fucking genius, man. 6-head, and this guy. It's not even 5-head at this point.
There is another champion in the league who hails from the continent of Lokfar, but his origin is much less clear. There used to be a captain by the name of Keegan. As many of his people, like Olaf, he sailed along the coast of the continent pillaging for loot, slaying his foes and kidnapping their wives. He was a cruel man, to the point where many of his victims had called him a monster, not a man.
I mean, look at him.
He was on one of his expeditions sailing through the Arctic waters of the sea at night. He noticed strange lights flickering over the frozen wastes of Lokfar. Lured to them, he had ordered his crew to land, hypnotized by the light's curious dance. Leaving only a few of his warriors on the ship, he led everyone else towards the source of the unusual light. The closer they were getting to it, the more attracted they felt.
Oh, just look at this guy's quads though. Holy fuck, man. This guy lifts some serious fucking loads. Holy shit. His shoulder is fucking massive. Like, it's bigger than fucking Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Holy shit.
They had finally come upon a buried cave, covered in mysterious runes, unknown to any of them. Their people used to know languages of those runes, but the knowledge was long gone. Ordering his men to clear entry to the cave, Keegan led them inside, where they found something truly unusual. It was a pillar of living flame, frozen solid into a huge block of ice. All of the pillagers were amazed by it, yet too scared to move. Keegan, as the strongest of them, made a first step and reached out for the ice. His hand had touched the solid wall, and that was the last thing he could remember before the being known as Brand had possessed him. He was a creature from ancient times, trapped here for unknown reasons. But now, it was free again. The fragile human body of Keegan could not hold his might, and so Bran had devastating effect on it, causing his skin to burn into ash and his blood into molten lava.
Oof.
He became more than a man. He was an abomination, something that people could call a monster. He had been trapped.
So you have shit like this in League, where it's like, you get a champion like this, it's like an ancient fucking evil, practically basically a demon, I would say, possessed a human being, and like became this monstrosity. Meanwhile, you have a fucking random pirate.
Trapped here long ago using the
I'll
ancient
stop
ritual
him
of
with
the
my
barbaric
bullets.
tribes. So long ago that Bran himself cannot remember what his faults were. Just the flashes of rituals that had torn his mortal shell apart, sealing him in an ice coffin that he could never escape on his own, not without help from the outside. Ancient texts name Bran the Burning Vengeance and describe him as a creature of pure fiery hatred. The only reason for his existence is to lay waste to civilization of humans and Yordles. No other reasons for
I like Brand already. Say that again?
existence is to lay waste to civilization
This part.
of humans and Yordles.
And Yordles, bro. Fuck him. Fuck the Yordles.
No other reasons for his existence can be found. He's a being of pure destruction, alive only to spread chaos and destruction, and through it,
Hey, Ghost Rider.
renew the world. He started to work towards his goal as soon as he possessed a body that he could call his own. He started by murdering the crew of the one that set him free, to later make his way onto Valorum, where he started spreading flames and pain all around
Not
Damascus.
only is he evil, he's also ungrateful. It's like, bro, they set you free, let them go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he underestimated the human forces.
Yeah, the summoners especially.
When he was first approached by a pair of young humans, he almost laughed at them. A young man in shining armor wielding a giant sword, and someone related to him, probably a younger sister with fair blonde hair. A
Lux.
sorceress, judging by the fact she was wielding some
Didn't
kind
he
of a
just
wand.
one-shot them?
Brand immediately sent a couple of spells in their direction, but to his surprise, the spells just reflected from an invisible shell.
Like that?
A couple of swift hits had sent him down
Yeah.
onto his knees where he was still shocked.
Sigma
Humans had
behavior.
developed since he remembered them, and it was his downfall.
Bro, everyone League is a fucking Sigma male, it looks like.
He had been chained and brought before the High Summoners. Entering his mind, they found a way to bind him once again, and promised to do that, unless Bran would agree to become part of the League of Legends.
Bro, I swear, they need to add a champion who is one of the summoners. And like his ability, like his R would be like when in the match starts, you choose which champions you can summon. And like that is literally, so it's like your Q, W, E, and R. Each one of them summons a different champion, and like you get like a weaker version of the champion, like on autopilot, like a bot, right? It's like that would be like the class summoner. Oh my god, like this guy, straight up, this guy needs to be a champion who is a summoner.
Without any real choice,
Who summons random champions.
And since then, became a champion of the league. For now. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Then you can like summon Malphite and it's like, if it's like, so what you would do is like your Q, let's say, summons Silas, and the Silas can only do his Q ability, and your W summons, let's say, Swain, and it can only do the Swain W ability, and the others, and the E summons a different whatever and does the E ability, and R does the R ability of whatever champion you chose to summon, right? You can't change that, but you can make that decision at the beginning of the match, like who you want to summon on your Q. So basically, good luck. You want Action W? Yeah, whatever, right? Action W with, what's her name? Oh no, is Rena W or E the one that gives the attack speed boost and makes you last a bit longer? I think it's W as well, right? It kind of sucks. But yeah, but like you can't use those abilities, or maybe you can actually. Maybe you would be able to use those abilities, but then it's like, I think that would be a bit overpowered, and good luck balancing out. I would say just summoning the champion to do that ability, right? But you cannot change out once you chose. So first of all, it would be hell of a fucking issue to like play that character, to choose the like which champion you want. It's like there has to be like a way to, like, maybe in the shop, kind of like how Victor has his own item in the shop, you would have the same item, kind of, so you make your own like item sets of like which one you want to buy as in your ability, right? And it's like you have one for Q, one for W, and stuff like that. But like your abilities are basically just auto attacks, but like, sorry, your basic character is just auto attacks, like from range, but you can summon these champions on whatever cooldown. They can do the ability that they were supposed to do. I think that would be really cool and really fucking broken, and good luck balancing out. But I think that's a really cool idea. Like, you know, you have like champions that only have two abilities, like what's his name, the ADC Aphelios. This guy is gonna have fucking a lot of abilities. Right, it's not even gonna be really that hard to design, but yeah, oh my god, man. Yo, that would be a very cool fucking character. I would probably play that shit, but I would always summon Kassadin, so it's not really it's not really great, right? And it's like it will summon like an intermediate bot, like the AI mechanics of like an intermediate bot, I guess, because I don't think they have any smarter bots than that. So like lengthy like skill shots and stuff are gonna be very problematic. Like you might want to summon a Blitzcrank and try, but like you don't have a high chance of him succeeding, kind of thing. But you can summon Blitzcrank for the knockup, right? And you can say it's not like you summon where you are, you summon it like a bit of a range. So it's like you summon a Blitzcrank right next to the enemy. Let's say he's like within outer range. You summon a Blitzcrank right next to the enemy. He knocks him up, and then you use Yasuo R. Like you summon a Yasuo with your R, and the Yasuo does his R on him. Something like that. Like you can think of like really cool combinations for like the abilities, I think, no? I don't know, man. That sounds really interesting character design. Fuck, man, I should pitch it to Riot if I wasn't banned on their forums. But like too much rage after games on the forums for sure. Alright, that's part 28. We'll go to the next one.